Hello, everybody. Welcome to Almonds and Coconuts, where we talk about slice of life topics, focusing on traumatizing, embarrassing, and childhood stories from Indian kids living in America. I'm Arjun.
I'm Harshita.
I'm Bhavana.
And I'm Hasini.
And today's topic is childhood shows or shows that we've watched in our childhood. But before we get onto that, I just wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, I just wanted to say that this is our 11th episode, which means we didn't mention it in the last one, but we officially have recorded and uploaded as of this recording 10 episodes. So that's pretty cool, a little milestone for us. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's go. Honestly, did not think we would get this far just because we have
Yeah.
really bad commitment issues.
Yeah, we're just doing this for fun, and we're like, what if we just did a podcast? We could honestly do an entire story about how the podcast started. We'll do that later, but
Like
yeah, it's
the
just for
amount of
fun.
things that we started and left unfinished, like all those iMovies I
I
still
know.
have.
No,
That's
that or
another
even not even
podcast
like, hey,
topic.
at least we
That's a whole
started
other
those.
thing.
There's some
Yeah,
where we said we would
this-
do it and we never did.
Yeah, the fact that we started, we created a channel. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all that. We have listeners, even if it's not that many. So the
Yeah.
fact that we've actually
We
continued,
appreciate you guys.
yeah, that one subscriber who's watched all of them. Thank you so much.
you
And,
you're our homie for life, bro. Homie for life.
yes, we will never forget you.
Okay,
Anyways,
now
another thing I just wanted to mention. Sorry for
Mhm.
cutting you off, but as of like the recording of this episode, our previous episode, which was I believe about food, has reached about 230 views, which is incredible. What do you guys think about that?
Okay.
that's more-
Crazy.
Like, okay, in the context of other people on YouTube, it's very, very small. But in the context of ours, where we never really thought it would be something like, yeah, it's on the internet and anybody can see it, but we didn't think like anybody would see it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
the fact that 200 people watch, imagine 200 people sitting in a room with you while you're talking. That's
like,
basically happening
funny-
online.
like a funny thing, like Arjun actually sent us like the on some website where you can kind of see what like 200 people looks like. He sent that to us in the chat and was like freaking out about it. Like it's really cool,
Yeah,
guys.
I found a picture of like it was a simulation where it's like it shows how much a
Mhm.
certain amount of people looks like. Then I searched
Yeah.
for 200 people, and then there's a picture of what 200 people looks like, and it's huge.
Okay, guys, now on to our topic for the day, which is
Yes.
childhood TV shows.
okay, we got so many. Oh my god, I have like
Right.
a whole list in my head, just like circulating. Okay.
And also different periods of childhood. So like
Yeah,
I
that's
watched
true.
some shows when I was younger.
Okay,
and then,
let's start from like the very youngest. So I basically, when I was like 0 to 2, I lived in India, Bangalore. Any of you guys out there are from India or Bangalore, shout out to you
Woohoo.
guys.
No, I'm from the coast.
Yeah, but like basically there, I didn't watch much TV, but any TV I watched was like cable TV. So like Chota Beam or I don't even know Chota Beam was playing when I was 0
yeah.
to 2.
Okay, why do you say Chota Beam like that?
You say like Chota
Chota
Why?
Beam.
Why are you saying?
American.
Why are you saying it's a
It's
Chota Beam?
Beam.
It's Chota
yeah,
Beam.
like,
No, I can speak it back.
we're Indian kids living in America. Okay,
No,
we
when
still
I
gotta keep
talk
some
in
of
an
that.
American like
Chota
way, like
Beam.
when I talk in English, any like Indian thing I say automatically converts to an like
Really?
For
For me, when I say
I
something
speak
Indian, my
English.
Indian accent comes
Yeah.
through just from that one word.
I can say a whole sentence in English, and then I can say something in Indian,
but then
and
when
it
I
goes.
speak in like an Indian accent, like when I'm speaking like my mother tongue Telugu, then I say like English words, except in an Indian accent. It's really funny.
Dude,
Okay.
really?
Yeah,
I don't.
that's
I
true.
switch around. I speak in English in the American accent when I speak.
I speak
when
like half like my accent kind of switches between.
I
But I
speak
mean, when I speak
English-
English and say a Telugu word,
Telugu combined with
English.
English, but any words I say are in a Telugu accent. It's
Really?
really
My
weird.
Okay.
It's so weird. My accent switches up. I will be speaking in like fluent Telugu. I have the accent and everything, and I'll say like a couple English words, and I'm suddenly like white.
Anyway, okay, on to childhood shows, guys.
Yes,
Stay on
yes.
topic.
Okay, should we? Okay, here's the thing. I feel like this is a very common. I'm just gonna like summarize this because I don't want us
No,
to
no,
go
no,
like too
no,
much
let's
into it.
go-
No, because
let's
there are
be
some good shows that we
organized.
have to mention.
Let's
There's
be
a lot.
organized. Let's go in order. So
Yeah, that's
first
what I'm saying. So I want to summarize like everything that we watched when we were younger.
no,
Chotabi.
okay, no, just summarize from like 0 to like 4 years old.
Okay, that's what I'm saying from the beginning when we were like young. See,
Okay.
I don't know if this is
Chotabi.
true for everyone, but when I was 2, I moved to the US, so I don't really have any recollection of living in India. But I do remember watching like Wonder Pets, Barney,
I love Barney.
Max and Ruby. I loved Max and Ruby. Oh,
Yeah,
Curious George was a good
Barney
one.
for
Wait,
sure.
I
Yes,
actually
Curious.
did Max and Ruby. I thought they were boring.
How dare you? Shush. Yeah, you're valid. Your opinion is invalid. I'm joking. But there
One
was
of my friends, what Curious George is incredible.
I know.
One of my friends, I just wanted to add this little thing. This Saturday, I believe one of my friends is coming over, and we wanted to watch the Curious George Halloween special because it's so good, and he hasn't seen it. And I was like, that movie is incredible. The Curious George.
Is it the
movie,
one
and
where
so
he
we're
goes to
gonna
the countryside with like the pumpkin head and everything?
the no noggin, the headless guy.
Yeah. I love that
That one's
special.
incredible.
It's so good.
We're watching that. We are
I
watching that this
literally
weekend.
lived off of all the Halloween specials on Disney shows, like the
Yes.
bunked Halloween special, like where there's
I-
like Jorge's Dream.
I
Dude,
grew up,
y'all, that's sad. That's your Halloween special. I remember Wizards of Waverly and like Sweet Life.
Oh my God,
Zack
that-
and
I grew up- I-
Waverly was also a big part of mine.
when I was younger, I saw a lot of like PBS. Did you guys see Wildcrats? Maybe when you were
Yes.
older.
Well, guys, I love. Okay, wait. Who was your favorite brother? Who was your favorite brother?
That was really hard. I was
the
kind of
blue
like-
guy.
I was kind of gravitating towards Chris, but then I just wanted to choose Martin. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Martin
like-
is
I was like-
blue, right?
I forgot his name.
Martin is the blue, tall, blonde guy.
Yeah,
Chris
And then,
is-
and then Chris is. I was Chris. I was Team Chris. I was like,
yeah, Loki.
was
I
my
was
favorite
like, I don't
brother.
know.
I was Team Martin.
I was a PBS kid. Caillou.
my sister
Oswald,
watched Caillou, not me.
Yeah,
I went-
Daniel
Caillou-
Tiger.
Caillou was
I used to
really
watch
good.
all those PBS TV shows.
When I was younger, like I would say like 5 years old or something, that's when I watched a lot of PBS shows. But then growing up from that, I basically grew up on Disney. One of my favorite shows, even to this day, is Good Luck Charlie. I love
Dude,
it.
I
same.
know.
No, I didn't have Disney as a kid, which is really funny. I just used Netflix. Like
I
they
know.
Yeah,
used
same. No, I watched all the Disney shows on Netflix that they
Yeah,
had. So it wasn't a huge selection, but yeah,
I
it
was
really
literally
good.
like, I think when I moved to California, I was 6 years old. That's when we first got Netflix, and like I watched everything on there, like Jessie, Good Luck Charlie. I mean, I think I do remember. We also had Nickelodeon. I watched Victorious when I was younger, and iCarly. Those were such great shows. I love that.
Oh,
Okay, the reboot of iCarly, questionable, but
I miss Sam and like iCarly. It's different without
no,
her.
but I feel bad for Sam because she actually had an eating disorder.
Yeah.
But Dan Schneider, like,
yeah,
okay,
the entire show was really traumatizing
we
for her,
can
so I
make an
understand
entire
why.
episode- we can make an entire episode on how traumatizing it was for Nickelodeon actors. Like,
Right? Like, okay, Disney, dude, it's so weird because then when you see like people who used to act in Disney, like when they talk about like, you know, their like experiences being part of the company and you know what the restrictions were, it's such a weird contrast compared to Nickelodeon. Like, you know what I mean? Like there are these actors out here talking about like, you know, the stuff that happened that we never saw. But then Disney people are like a little bit different.
like the things these people went through, and these people are my childhood, and it's just heartbreaking to see like what they
I
went
know.
through.
Right?
We should make an episode on that, but
Yeah,
like,
we could write it down.
Okay, let's get back on
in
topic.
India. Yeah, in India, there were two main shows I watched. One was Chota Bheem, obviously.
Chota and Motu and Patu.
Motu. Yes, I was gonna say that Motu Patu.
Oh, what
and
about
Chota
Ogie and
Bheem.
the Cockroaches? That's
Yes,
an OG
that
show.
was
Yeah,
incredible.
And do you know like I forgot the name of this, but like it's kind of like Tom and Jerry, except it's like
Doraemon?
Indian. No, it's not Doraemon. It's like there's like this otter, and then there's like these ants, like these.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Shoot, what's the name? Oh my
I
god.
don't remember it.
There's like these ants, and then there's also like this big guy.
Anteater.
I don't know. I think
Oh, Pink Panther and Mr. Bean. Those also.
it's like
Yes.
Augie and whatever you
Augie,
said.
Augie.
Whatever.
Augie and the Cockroaches.
Augie and the Cockroaches.
Augie and the cockroach.
Oh wait, did anyone ever watch Roll Number 21?
Yes, dude. That was
Can we
one of my
talk about
favorites.
that? Is okay. I do
Oh
not care.
God.
Best show ever. Every
I
time I
know,
went to
hands
India,
down,
that was the
hands down.
best. That was the
a-
only show I would look forward to.
I kept asking my grandmother because we had cable TV, right? So I was like,
Mhm.
what is the Cartoon Network, like the kids show number? And then I would make sure like every day I went to that number and then watched Roll Number 21.
I literally like
so good.
memorized like the time that the show would come on, and then I would
Yeah.
sit in front of the TV and I'm like, this is mine now. No
Yeah.
one bother me. I loved Roll Number 21. I literally
It
every
was
time the song came on
incredible.
too, I would sing along, and I loved all the characters. Okay, that principal though, I like, dude, everybody at the school is so dumb. I swear to God. Like,
I know, right?
how do
And
you
then,
like your principal is so evil and you're not like questioning it?
yeah, exactly. And then
Oh.
the bully was really funny.
Oh, he was funny. He was
Oh, and
funny.
have you guys seen Little Singam or Little Krishna? Like
Yes.
Little Krishna,
Yes,
my
yes.
mom forced me to watch it.
I
didn't-
do not know that show.
I watched some episodes. I didn't watch all of it. though.
I didn't like it, I'd say, but it was very interesting because I don't know why, but I loved seeing big monsters and like people kill them.
It is.
I
it's
thought
very,
you were
like-
talking about like you know
it's very
that
colorful.
when Krishna met Chota Beam and there was that whole thing because
Dude,
of
yeah,
that was also incredible.
I thought you were
Wait, do you
talking
guys
about
remember?
that.
Did you guys watch? Do you guys remember the Bali special thing? I forgot
Huh?
what it was called.
I
I think
remember
it was
the
like a
Bali
Chota
special. I
Beam.
don't remember the Bali.
Wait,
Bro.
okay, let's change. So we don't have like much time since this is one of our shorter episodes, but let's change to like
Barbie life and dude Barbie movies. Can
Barbie.
we talk about the Barbie movies? I still to this day watch them because they're my comfort movies. Literally,
I
like
haven't watched them.
I've watched
I-
all of them. Oh my god, so good.
I actually didn't like Barbie that much. I only watched it because it was
I don't like Barbie either. I wasn't a person that played with dolls, but I loved watching the movies and oh
I
my god.
want them to fit in.
Can we just okay? I know we're talking about Barbie here, but can I just say, the Magic School Bus?
Oh yes,
Yes,
yes.
yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Dude,
Why I
it
still
It gives
watch
me
the
such
recent ones.
elementary rainy day PE vibes.
It does, but it was so fun. Like I wouldn't
love
watch it
that.
on my own,
Oh,
but
no,
in
not
school,
at
it was such a
all.
vibe to watch.
Arnold.
Yes, not another field trip. Yes,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I never watched it on my own because I hated watching it on my own. It's
Yeah,
not
exactly. But then when you watch it in school with your classmates and
Right?
on a
And
rainy day,
it's like
it's a whole
lunch and
vibe.
it's rainy.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
y'all are eating lunch and vibing. Dude, I wonder how they do that now. Because you can't eat inside buildings anymore.
I don't even
True.
know. It's
We
really,
recently had a couple rainy days
know.
here.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
What was your favorite episode? Mine was like that color one about the prism and the principal and that ping pong thingy.
You know the
Dude, I
episodes
can't remember. Have you watched the new
It's
one?
weird
I don't
'cause,
like
like,
the new one.
No, I haven't watched it. I've seen it though. It's
It is
disgusting.
I don't know
What
why.
they did with the animation is disgusting.
No, 'cause-
What?
reboot
When-
is disgusting. Like the new thing, like
The old
they
one's
were
Right?
always-
Okay, look,
animation,
let me
what?
explain, right? So when I was a freshman, this was 2 years ago, in my bio class, shout out to my bio class, y'all, we suffered, but it's okay, we got out of it. In my bio class, when we had a sub for a certain period of time, and I think it was like the week, but no, it was not the week of finals. It was like a week before Thanksgiving break. Okay, and this was like one of the last days that the sub was gonna be with us. So I think on our last day before Thanksgiving break, we actually watched like a movie. So she said we're gonna watch Magic School Bus or something else, right? And obviously, like the same people that we all mostly voted for Magic School Bus, assuming that we would watch the original. And then when we come into class, right? I'm like, oh my god, guys, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch something. We're not gonna do bio for once in our lives in this class. She turns on the projector. We're like, okay, we're getting excited. We have food and everything. We got friends around us. We're doing great. And then she puts the new one on, and I'm like,
Oh.
what is this?
We
what
need
is
to
this?
get-
And then literally the class for a collective like 10 for a solid 10 minutes were complaining. We're like, why are we watching this? This is not right. This doesn't seem right. It's not the
Our
same.
teacher,
Oh,
my
she's
my
wild.
Spanish teacher, a couple of days ago, I think, she put Magic School Bus, but it was in Spanish and no one really paid attention. But it was
Right.
just nice to see that nostalgia again, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but like I only remember like 2 episodes. One is they were like putting on a play for like Jack and the Beanstalk or something.
I remember that episode.
Yeah, I remember.
They were trying to make a roof for their play. I think it was the Three Little Pigs. That was the new one.
No, but I remember I'm not talking about the new one. The new one is complete trash. The old one, and then the second one is like Robert. I think that's his name, like the guy with the green cap and black hair.
Oh
He's-
yeah. Oh, he
he
was my
scrapes-
favorite.
Ralph.
Wait, guys. He scrapes his knee, and then they go inside.
I remember
like,
that.
through his
Wait,
knee.
do you remember the one where Arnold doesn't want to go, but then they go into him?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude,
towards
that episode is always funny to me. I don't know why I love that
Because
episode.
he was like, oh, I don't want to go on a field trip. But
So
then,
they're like, okay, you don't
like-
have to go, but they go inside. And I'm like, okay.
yeah, exactly.
Okay,
It's like he was
bestie.
part of it after all.
Yeah.
Do you guys
was the
remember?
field trip.
Do you guys remember? Yeah. Do you guys remember the Native American one?
No.
No.
Basic. I don't. I
That
don't
was
know.
such a like harsh no. You're like, no.
It was a good one. I think it was like they had some artifacts from Native Americans, so
Mhm.
I think they went back in time or something and then found out what the artifacts were used for. It was really interesting.
Alright. Okay, I'm trying to let's see. Okay, I think
Now we're switching age ranges. Okay, now we're at
yeah,
like
I literally was gonna say that. Let's like move on a little bit.
Okay.
Let's go
Yeah,
to Disney.
Magic School
guys.
Buses.
to 10 years old. So during this time frame, I had many major shows because this is when I like binged them. Okay,
I know.
so like Lab Rats was like
Yeah.
Oh, Labrador has my whole heart.
my childhood. Okay, and Good Luck Charlie.
Jesse. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Casey.
Good Luck Charlie to this day is one of my favorites,
Yes.
or my favorite.
Dude,
Good
oh,
Luck Charlie
oh,
is
wait.
incredible.
We have to mention this is like the iconic of all iconics. Hannah Montana.
No, actually,
I
Hannah
didn't.
Montana was
No,
Oh,
shush. You people cannot. I swear to God. If you say Hannah Montana is not one of the best Disney shows of all time, you have not watched Hannah Montana, and that is on facts.
I didn't.
I
get
do
a
not
good-
care. Do not try to defend yourself here.
I'm
You have to watch
gonna
it.
defend myself because I didn't get a good experience with Hannah Montana. Because okay, throughout the entire second grade, we had like this really mean music teacher or something who would always make us sing the song from Hannah Montana. Like I think. it's-
Ooh, what, dude? We literally went to the same elementary school. Who was this teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, how did you not know? Miss Gruner, like she made us sing like
Wasn't
the climb or something. We got
She
her
never
fired.
made us sing that.
Got her
Really? We
fired.
got her fired. She was fired actually. And then okay, anyway, and Hannah Montana was never like available to me to watch. So
Yeah,
the
I
next-
mean, when I was younger, it was a lot more available. But like now that I have Disney Plus, I can rewatch it. Like I'm literally rewatching like Wizards of Waverly again. That's So Raven. Oh, That's So Raven was a good show.
it's iconic, but Hannah Montana, I just don't feel it anymore.
Hannah Montana's all okay.
Okay, and then like okay, and another show was like okay, Mighty Mad was okay, but I felt like it was like,
Mighty Maid
Okay,
was amazing.
I feel
I'm
like it
sorry.
ended on a weird note, but that theme song,
No,
I dedicated my
because-
entire life to memorize that theme song.
Yep, same. It was kind of
literally
it was
listened-
like the
oh my
rap of my childhood.
Literally, I
Um,
was like, I still
thing
don't
is-
understand why they made out of like Disney theme songs
I
are
watched-
not hard, to like know.
Yeah, exactly.
But for some reason, this was so
that one
difficult.
I had to work to memorize it.
yeah, I know.
The thing with Mighty Med is I really liked it. The fact that they left it, spoiler alert. I mean, if you're watching this episode, you've probably gotten a lot of spoilers. But the fact that they ended it when his mother was the villain, I would
Like
love
I
to
honestly
see.
think I feel like that was such a far stretch because I'm like, that doesn't. I don't know why it
was
wasn't
a big-
clicking with me.
the
I
thing
didn't
is,
like
it was
that.
a big. I kind of liked it, but it's just the problem with me is that they didn't finish it. I would have loved to see another season where they kind of
Yeah,
resolve
I
that.
feel maybe if they had explained more of her story, then I
Wait,
probably would have liked it. But
I can explain.
And then
this.
they went on to make Elite Force. Why?
Okay, I
Like,
can
just why?
explain this, guys. I can explain this. So, okay, so they ended obviously very bad with the mom like that. Guys, if you haven't seen Mighty Med, like, please skip over this part. Okay, anyway, they had a crossover with Lab Rats.
Oh,
oh,
where-
that was a cool episode.
Yeah, and in that thing, they explain that the Mighty Med was like getting destroyed or something, but in the end, Oliver's mom, Miss Terror, actually saves them. and she
Yeah, but
sacrifices.
then she
herself.
just leaves Oliver. I feel
No,
like it
she
didn't really end on.
sacrifices herself to
But
save.
like I honestly,
Well,
no,
yeah,
what I
but
didn't
I
like
don't
is
know. I
that
just didn't.
ending because
Yeah.
like here's a difference, right? If you get a show like Jesse or Good Luck Charlie, their final episode was a good final episode because
Yeah.
they really solidified that this is the end.
Like
know what I
both of
mean?
them, in both of them, like for example, in Good Luck Charlie, you know, Teddy was going off to college, PJ was going to culinary school, Gabe was going somewhere, I don't know. But basically they were all going their own separate ways. And in Jesse,
Oh,
Jesse
and Liv
finally
and
became
Maddie
an
too. We were
actress.
given a solidified ending.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
we all
Like
got like the characters were going their own way.
Exactly. And it was like they left it to our imagination, but they also gave us an ending that we were satisfied with. So,
There is
but and
a-
like
okay.
Mighty Med, it's just like his mom just suddenly at the end she just reveals herself to be the villain and she
Yeah, and they don't
sacrifices
even
herself. Like
develop
what?
They don't even develop the storyline because I don't even think there was an episode where they showed that Mighty Med was destroyed and she sacrificed herself. We just kind of had to like figure it out from like the crossover and stuff. Okay, and then like yeah, and the other Disney Channel shows had like very sad endings. Like I actually recently saw this person who was like graduating high school, and in honor of that, she and her friends binged all the ending episodes, like the graduation. Like,
They must have cried at all of them.
Dude,
yeah,
I would have cried in all of that.
I'm not even graduating, but I would still cry.
Same. I'm graduating in 2 years and I already get sad watching them. Like especially oh my god, this is not a Disney show, but Alexa and Katie is like one of my favorite.
Oh,
Like
it's
I
a
guess
really good one.
show.
It's a
It's
really
like
good one.
it's just so
It's very it's
precious
kind of
and
like
wholesome and very heartwarming to watch.
it's very
For any of
it's
you who don't know what Alexa and Katie is, it's about a girl who gets cancer, and it's how she and her best friend and their families deal with it, and her going to high school and everything. It's really heartwarming.
Right? Like especially
fact
that
that,
last
like,
episode. Oh my god. I cannot tell
the
you.
whole time it was just very warm and kind of calm, but there were some moments in the middle that
Yeah,
were
and
kind
I like that they brushed on topics that should have been talked about. But like
Panic attacks, like they literally went through all the serious things. Like one of the characters gets a serious panic attack, and they like,
and she goes through the whole process of invalidating her emotions because she believes that there are people out there who struggle more, and like you should never feel that way to invalidate your emotions because everyone feels stress at some point in their life. They feel that kind of anxiety building up, and it was so perfect because it's like it was more raw and more real that she felt that way, because I bet you there are tons of people out there that definitely do feel that way, that they invalidate themselves for feeling this way when they shouldn't, because it's okay to feel that way. You're allowed to mentally be stressed. That does not mean your life is like such a privilege, because no one finds mental health struggles a privilege, you know?
obviously, and like it just brushed over a lot of serious topics, and I really appreciate that. And the
Yeah.
fourth season, which came out I believe last
It came out 2020, I think. It was like
Yeah,
I still watched the season.
No, the only thing I didn't like about the fourth season is that it kept going so fast. Like it was so much time skips. I really wanted to see some of the stuff in between. And it was like enemies to lovers kind of. And okay, this is a spoiler. So please do skip this part.
Unless you're okay with spoilers, then go right ahead.
Anyway, Katie gets a panic attack, and her
Oh my god, that scene. Oh my god. I know what scene you're talking about.
and it really helps her, and it's so heartwarming. Like I can't even.
No, because
Okay, I know.
okay, sorry, I'm so sorry for interrupting, but I just wanted to say
Go
this
on.
real quick. That last episode was like basically like I guess their graduation, right? Like that entire ending of the season. It's so weird because I remember when the first season came out and I watched it, right? And I would wait every single like time they would announce that it got renewed and a new season would come out, and I would wait and I would binge watch it, you know? And it felt so weird because the fourth season when they're seniors, and like they talk about just, you know, the normal senior year and like college apps and this like the stress of like, you know, what do you want to do in the future, and then like eventually they decide in the end, and like that whole process of leaving, I got so emotional, and like I got so emotionally attached to them because it felt like I was growing up with them and I felt like I was one of them. I was like, it's so weird to see them grow up so fast, and like, wait, you're already graduating? Weren't we freshmen like 2 months ago? What happened, you know? Like, oh, like the show is just it conveyed so like it's just so heartwarming to watch. Like it's probably just a show that it's a very feel good show. Yes, there are a lot of serious moments in there.
A comfort show. Okay,
Exactly.
now skipping time range because
I mean, we're kind of I just wanted to bring this up. Now that we're kind of talking about current shows, we've all watched I believe we've all watched Never Have I Ever.
Yes.
yes, but okay,
So-
here's the thing about Never Have I Ever. It is Indian representation, but the thing is like it's our first Indian representation, and I kind of feel like it didn't go the way I wanted it to. Like
True.
Right? Like
It was there were like maybe
especially
one or two
for us brown
but-
girls out there. Like
wait, let me just explain. Like this was supposed to set the bar for future like Indian
you
representation.
know what I
Indian,
do
yeah,
believe? I
movies.
believe that it did because let's be honest, a lot of Indian representation out there was not the best. Our standards were very low, so the standards for this are very low. The bar is very low.
Something up. Like there's always that one like Bollywood episode in like in Disney shows. Like
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah,
Can we talk
yeah.
about that Jesse episode? I remember watching
Yeah,
it and I was like,
That was so random. I was like,
can
wait,
it,
where
I
did
feel
this come
so
from?
bad for Ravi just having to like
Yeah.
That's
read
true.
this episode. Like
Karan Brar, like the things he like the things he had to do, like he had to be the stereotypical Indian kid, like, oh, I only eat curry. Oh,
oh,
Which I mean,
I only speak in accent and I don't know how to speak without accent
and I have a pet Asian water monitor.
because apparently it's normal to have giant lizards living in your home.
Yeah.
it's I don't know. I wasn't.
Yeah,
And
by the
Never Have I
way,
Ever.
Do
the
not
thing is,
mock Indians unless you are Indian. See, we can
Yeah.
make jokes about our own race, but like don't make jokes
we
about
don't
us
we
if
don't
you're
make
not
jokes
us.
about other races.
Yeah.
So
No.
I mean, I like if you have an Indian friend and they say okay, it's fine to make a joke unless it's
No,
not
don't
too
like
sensitive.
no. Even if your friend like validates like for it to be.
Well, not towards all, but if they're like in front of me, you can joke about it. Then that's fine. But don't just like go out and joke about it. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
Anyways, never have I
Okay,
ever.
never
Let's
have
get
it.
back
I
on
just wanted
track.
to say like yeah, that one episode where
Mm-hmm.
there's the Ganesha Puja in the high school.
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah,
so
the
relatable.
Ganesha Chaturthi.
That-
Okay, right.
that
That
happens
entire
every
episode
year.
was so relatable. I feel like
Other than
this-
that though, it was so exaggerated.
no.
and-
Okay, you know what I think here. This is from my perspective as a girl that's actually in high school and that's a brown kid living in California, going to like high school. Obviously, like I feel like out of all of us, I'm the closest to what I guess Davy could possibly be like. Davy
I
possibly is.
love triangle. Yeah.
No, I meant like
Yeah,
like
you're
closest in
trying
like
to-
age. I meant closest in like age and like I guess experiences
Yeah,
that
yeah,
could
okay.
possibly happen in school, right?
You go on.
No, okay, here's what I thought when I was watching the show. Obviously, this was really important because being a teenage brown girl living in America, you want that representation, but you don't want that stereotypical representation. And people always assume that you're that nerdy kid. You know what I mean? And like, I was like, okay, this better be good. Like, I don't want it to be bad. First season comes out. Okay, she's smart. I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. It's totally normal considering the household that she lives in where her parents will push for that, right? Totally understandable. And then like she had that whole like I guess like the whole like and she had a lot of crisis of balancing her identity, which I feel like is so relatable to me personally. I don't know if it's relatable to everyone, but there's a whole balancing identity where it's India within your house and America outside, and you want to be able to coexist with both areas of like land. And what my issue was, it's not the fact that my only issue was just how messy it was. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Like,
yes, she's a teenage girl.
She always made the wrong
Right?
choices at the wrong time. You know.
Like, yes, she's a teenage girl. Okay, I'm okay with that. Yes, she's a teenager. Teenagers make very dumb decisions sometimes. It's within our blood. It's because our brains are developing. That's a whole other tangent that I will go on in the future. But how badly can one mess up? Like,
It was too chaotic.
No, it's
no, but at the same time, love the show. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like it was good, but it was so chaotic. I feel like it would have been nice for the very first or like one of the first Indian representation shows to be more of like a simple, like kind of, maybe
no,
one
but
or
I feel
two
like it made it
season
more relatable. But
show.
because I bet
It
you there are
was
teenagers out
good.
there that do much
it
worse.
wasn't way too
True.
much exaggerating. Like, okay, you made one decision, but then you're gonna make more and like dig yourself a deeper hole. Like, what are you doing?
Right?
Deja?
But like here's at the same time, I feel like we can't at the same time also judge that because we have different thought processes, and like I bet you there are people out there who definitely do that, you know, continuously like dig themselves in such a hole like that. Obviously I don't really relate to that because I'm a person that tends to stray away from drama and trouble, and I try to make a little to no possible noise like in
Yeah.
anybody's existence.
But also,
Oh,
we also have to think about the way that non-Indian people who are watching this for the first time feel, because this might have been like another stereotype that,
okay.
you know, she's trying too hard to be, you know, a part of society.
No,
And
I don't
so-
think so. Because I think the way they depicted that was different. Because they really showed that she didn't know how to handle both. But
True. That's true.
from like I guess a non-Indian perspective, a non like Desi
Like-
perspective, you know?
Yeah, if you think about like the non-Indian or Desi perspective, I don't know. I just feel like it might have been
No,
too
because
much.
I've had people who are non-Desis and they love the show. And they do not associate me with their stereotypes whatsoever. They genuinely really enjoy the show. And I think that's just because of difference of perspective. They don't live as an Indian kid. They don't live as a Desi kid, right? So that's that it's just different, I guess, per person. They love the show. Like I know
Yeah.
people who are non-Desis and they really enjoy the show.
I mean, even if you take away the fact that it's that she's Indian, the show itself is very like dramatic. It's pretty interesting. It keeps you
Right.
hooked.
Anyways, Stan
Okay.
Maitreya Ramakrishnan because she's a queen. End of story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on from like Never Have I Ever, like we can go on and on this. But like more recent shows that I watched are like Friends and
Yes.
stuff, like the classic, you
Yes.
know.
I recently finished Friends.
Yeah. those are-
Yeah, let's go. We made it.
I
Okay.
believe Hasni. Okay, let's not try to put on any spoilers because I believe Hasni has not finished it yet. But I recently.
Yeah, because someone didn't binge it with me. Like you just left me in season 5.
Okay, that's a dilemma that you can have between you two later. But there's like I feel like there's definitely a lot of shows like that we can talk about. Like
Yeah,
there's a
there
lot
are a
more
lot of
recent
shows.
ones. I don't want to recommend any
I mean,
because
we
like
kind
it's
of-
different opinions, but
Yeah. I like how in this one podcast we just went from like 0 to do Chota Beam to Never Have I Ever.
no, we
Like-
literally went 0 to 100 like real fast.
we went through our entire childhood like pretty fast. But I
Yeah.
think like as of right now, that's all the time we have left. So I think we'll see you guys in the next episode. Like, follow, share, subscribe, do anything that you want if you liked it, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.